Dozens of cars fly through the Auburn Street roundabout every day, despite numerous signs and warnings from the community to take it slow. WIFR News reporter Sydney Stoffregan learns why some call it the most dangerous roadway in the Forest City.
I don't think that the problem is the roundabout.
If you've driven through the Auburn roundabout in Rockford, chances are you've seen Ernie Redfern, the man behind the beautification of the area.
We are so cautious.
Redfern believes the 2024 lane reduction decreased the number of accidents, but made for impatient drivers.
When they get through the roundabout, they just go flying out.
And the faded lines aren't helping either, says Redfern.
You know, the guy who's doing it right doesn't expect somebody to go flying past them.
Redfern says the biggest issue now isn't the roundabout itself, but the drivers who put the pedal to the metal the second they leave it.
Jeremy Carter with the city sees success with the lane reduction and has seen 60% fewer accidents than before.
With the 60% reduction, we're willing to accept a little bit of extra congestion at the intersection.
However, he says a decision will be made with the help of the Illinois Department of Transportation, whether this pilot program will become permanent.
I think that there's probably some striping changes that we would try to implement that would make it a little bit more difficult for cars to decide to use that second lane if they chose.
Redfern says the key to traffic safety falls on three things: infrastructure, education, and enforcement.
You're not going to solve this problem unless you deal with all three. And we seem to just hit on infrastructure as being the solution, and it is not, and this proves it.
In Rockford, Sydney Stoffregan, WIFR News.
Redfern says his advice to drivers is simple: slow down and pay attention.